Hey, this is Melanie. This is a video that I did. It's a documentary film, actually. I call Behind the Colored Lights. I made it several years ago, which explains the 720p film quality. I'm sorry, it's not great. In addition to the poor film quality, I also used copywritten audio, music that I had to pull, which took quite a bit of work. But I think I've done it, and I've replaced it with some stuff that I know is free, and I am posting it online because it's a very significant film that I did, and I wanted to share it and make sure that it wasn't dumped on YouTube. So here it is, Behind the Colored Lights. I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe, click the bell for more notifications, and I'll see you soon. There is something charismatic about the carnival. Whether it's the flashing colored lights, the loud music, the bally calls of the game operators, or the smell of fried dough and cotton candy.
We need some winners right over here. Get in, get over, walk over now. Anybody else now? Who's next?
He just got any big prize in the tank. Pick you a prize, baby. Which one? This one? Whenever there's one of something, that's what they want. It's a carny truism.
Something lures not only the customer, but also a unique kind of individual to travel and work in the business, to be with it, as they say. This story is about those people, the carnies. It is told through their eyes and mine, as one who has traveled for many years as a carny, and whose family has been affiliated with the business since the 1920s. Sometime in the 1920s, my grandmother's best friend married a man who bought a grab joint that sells hot dogs, burgers, sausage, that kind of thing. That's Uncle Matt. He's holding my aunt here. My grandfather helped Uncle Matt on a part-time basis, but was a full-time firefighter. Here are the three generations. My sister is on the right, my grandmother is in the middle, and my mom is on the left.
Her mother is my Aunt Ethel.
And your mother is her Aunt Lila. And my Aunt Lila.
Your Aunt Lila.
My mom is one of the most vivacious people I know, and has been around the carnival lot for some 60 years. Several years ago she lost her voice to cancer, but that never dampened her love of the carnival and the people.
My mother was the queen of ice cream, and I was the queen number 2, and then Debbie come along and surpassed both of us, and Melanie too.
My mom started out playing small carnivals with Uncle Matt close to her home. She was a full-time dental hygienist, so this carnival business was something she did on the side. When she married my dad, he told her he didn't want anything to do with that carnival business. He definitely didn't want his children involved in the business or associated with those kinds of people. That didn't stop my sister, or my brother, or me from getting into it. When Deb and I were really young kids, we would go out with my mom and my grandparents to work. I can even remember standing on my tiptoes just to see over the counter.
Started working for my cousin around 13, 14 on a very, very part-time basis. It's exciting. There's always a new place to go. There's always new people to see. There's always activity, and I love to be busy, so there's a lot of work. I love to work.
You're right, you can't go real high.
Despite my dad's advice, my sister stayed in the business, and now she and my brother-in-law own a large carnival.
Why would anybody get into this business? That's a heck of a good question. You don't find a lot of new people coming off from a corporate world getting into our business. You need to have it in your blood.
Does it say 12?
We open at 1 tomorrow.
Yeah, pamphlets are passing out. 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12.
12 o'clock tomorrow.
My son will be a 5th generation. Actually, his kids and my daughter's children will be the 6th generation.
I go to school on the road, camera. My school's like a big house trailer, and it has wheels. So when we move, our teacher goes in her car, and the ride guys sort of drive the school. I think I'll be in this business when I get older, and now I'm gonna work in the popcorn stand. Mom works in the popcorn trailer, and Dad, he fixes rides whenever they're broken.
Took my ticket, then he told me, bring what it is you do, 'cause that's how you'll be remembered when your traveling days are through.
Going over the jumps, my 2 girls ride with me in here, Morgan and Brooke, and they ride in the sleeper, so they have plenty of room. They can play video games in their Game Boy, making jumps.
And we stay in the back and we play together.
Dating back to my grandfather's time and actually my great-grandfather's time. And the whole carnival really consisted of maybe 3 or 4 rides, and mostly side shows, freak shows, and back then girly shows.
I remember working a food joint, a grab joint with my grandfather, and I was the only female in there, and obviously the youngest. And there was about 4 men working with us, and they were all drunks. But of course my grandfather was there, so he wasn't like that at all.
I slept in the tent. I left in the cookhouse or game tent or whatever. Or in a truck in a confined area. We never had house trailers. So the business was really, it had a bad image and it deserved it. It earned it.
Freak shows were a main attraction in the 20s and the 30s. But nowadays, things have changed. Present-day oddities may include animals like this cow with an extra set of legs growing out of its back, this goat with 4 horns, this goat with an extra set of legs, and this donkey with zebra legs.
They had years ago what they called pickled punks, which was deformed animals or even humans in a jar. And it was, to me, inhumane back then, but we never thought of it that way.
Even today, people are fascinated with oddities.
Sputnik, the two-nosed wonder dog. Black whiskers on one side and white on the other. My grandfather purchased the dog from Fremont, Nebraska. I think we charged like $1/4 to go in and see him.
Corky thought of Sputnik as his pet, as he was a familiar sight roaming around the lot before opening. Sputnik probably never had a better home, despite his income-bearing relevancy. I owned a small ice cream stand in the 80s that helped support my way through college, where I earned a BFA in photography. Since that time, many things have changed, including the dress codes and living arrangements. Working on the carnival lot is like working in a very tight, very small community. In fact, that's just what it is. It's like a traveling city, where the same people work with you week to week and month to month, sometimes even year to year.
She's gonna lock and load. Watch her lock and load like the big girls. Hold up. Concentration. Fire. Give me a little bit more satisfaction. I need a hit. That's a winner. Somebody's got to stop them. They're taking all my toys. I love this game.
I had my first job about when I was 12 years old. I was in elementary school. And I worked after school.
Carnival lot?
Yeah.
Doing what?
I was doing a nickel pitch.
What do you like about it?
You know, you get to see everything, and you know, he takes care of you. We're all like family out here. It's not like one man for himself. I didn't have much of a family growing up, and you know, I come here and they make me feel like I'm welcome. And my mom's a single mom. She worked 2 jobs.
I've been out here for 30 years. I ended up out here going to college. I was trying to earn money to get money for tuition, and I fell in love. The carnival business has been a blessing to me because my husband died 11 years ago and I had 5 kids, 12 and under.
Anywhere on the square, and you get to go home with your choice.
I've pretty much been in the business since before I was even born. Yeah, I actually love it. I mean, there's things that I love about it, and then there's things that I dislike about it, but overall, I really like it. I do, I enjoy it.
Put 1 through college, it's getting ready to put a couple more through college. It's a hard life, though. We work really hard.
So guess what kind of car you drive? I'll guess what kind of cereal you had for breakfast. Anything that you can think of that's not rude, crude, obnoxious, or socially unacceptable, I'll be happy to guess it.
Some guy took his box of popcorn and went right below right here and started pushing it in there thinking it was butter. Some of the people, you know, just don't read.
The reason that people even started Carney Chalk was basically so that the customers, as we call them, the marks, wouldn't know what they were talking about. Liazai, Liazav, Liazi, Kiazarn, Niazel, Liazife.
They would have a wad of money, and the barber shop is the first place they would go. So the barber would see that they had a wad of money, and he would mark their hair.
A circus jump is where you do not sleep for 2 days.
Yeah, it's where you tear down in one location.
You work all day, you tear down, you jump, and
you jump, set up, and
work
open
all
up
day.
the next day.
Work all day.
Fun day, right there. That's a fun 48 hours.
I got up at 6:30 Saturday morning. I went to bed about 11:30 Sunday night.
40 milers, they take their little tag-along trailers with them. They go 40 miles one way, 40 the other way. They never leave home.
Yeah, which means they never have a trailer. They don't
Actually, a true 40 miler, they don't even have a trailer.
Yeah, they don't even.
They
go
just go home
outside
every
the 40
night.
miles. Yeah, they'll go home every night.
Yeah, they go
wherever
home every
they
night.
play. Doesn't matter where it is.
So as you can see, some things have changed and some things have not.
Always enjoyed traveling and meeting people. Been doing it for 20 plus years. I enjoy it. I like the hard work.
One of my uncles owns a small show down in Mississippi, so it just kind of seemed natural, you know. Even though I went to college and whatnot, I always knew all along that I was going to come back out and do this for a living, and I enjoy it.
Charlie Brown, what's he doing? Where's he going? You pick out a square, and Charlie Brown picks out the winner. It's only 50 cents on a square, 50 cents to play. When you win, you get one of these big prizes. You get anything you like.
I'm only 22, but I love the business. I wouldn't do nothing else.
I'll buy you a game. I want to test you out, Poppy. Come on, come on up here. No. Give me one. Send one in for me. Oh, Lord. I asked for this spanking. Hold up.
My little boy, he was in 3rd grade, and he came home and he was crying, and I asked him what was the matter, and he said a little boy in his class named Dylan invited everybody in the class except for him to the birthday party. And I said, why, Drew? And he said, because his mom told him he was a carny. And that broke my heart.
But there's a lot of prejudice against our business, a lot, more so than I think so many businesses. I'm not saying that there isn't other businesses that don't have them, there is, but there is, you know, there's a lot of prejudices against us.
As for me, I understand the lure of the carnival. When you're traveling to a new place every week, it's exciting. But it just wasn't enough to keep me captive. And shortly after I graduated from RIT, I began a career as a professional photographer.
driving down the road at 6 o'clock in the morning exhausted, well then I wish that maybe I wasn't doing this for a living, but for the most part, I mean, we have our ups and downs. Some days we like to get out of it and get rid of it to the nearest bidder.
Well, some days I'd give it up for a quarter, but it's a tough life, but we love it. It's in our blood, and unfortunately, I guess unfortunately it is, but there's an easier way to make a buck, I know that.